Train travelers, cinema goers, and U.S. influencers in Paris for Fashion Week have been among those reporting seeing the bugs or being bitten by them. A mixture of media hysteria, political opportunism, and national anxiety over whether the tiny critters might ruin the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Bedbugs are small, flat, wingless insects measuring about 1/4 of an inch that hide in mattresses and bedding. They feed on blood and typically bite during the night. Considered one of the world's major nuisance pests, the primary host of bedbugs are humans. Although the parasites can be infected with human pathogens, no scientific study has found that they transmit disease. Female bedbugs can deposit 1 to 5 eggs a day and may lay 200 to 500 eggs in their lifetime. They can survive for months while waiting for their next meal, pest control experts say. So according to the rector's envoy, the state's envoy, bedbugs are not a problem. They are an inconvenience. However, we follow what is being said in the media. We hear people affected, and we know that bedbugs are a disaster. There is no way we will bring bedbugs into our homes, incur 5,000 euros in costs, weeks or months of hassle. No, everyone was devastated yesterday. The rectorate wanted to force us to resume classes, and we learned today that we were right to refuse, since half of the school is infested. Government officials held an emergency meeting on Friday on how to tackle a crisis born out of anecdote and viral posts on social media, and which is now filling talk show airtime, even if pest control experts remain largely nonplussed. Madame President, Madame Prime Minister, a wave of panic grips the country. Bedbugs proliferate in all everyday places: hospitals, schools, workers' homes, retirement homes, prisons, trains, and even cinemas. They are causing millions of our infested citizens to experience an ordeal. They cause them to lose sleep, cause paranoia, and isolate them socially. Bedbugs are a national public health problem, but you have done nothing. So yes, bedbugs are a worry for our fellow citizens who fear dealing with them. It is a real ordeal for those affected. An infestation in a home can become hell for those who live there, and the solutions to getting rid of them can be expensive. On this matter, there should be no division. There should be collective determination to act. A pest control company's organization said bedbug callouts in the June-August period were up 65% on the same period last year. Pest control is expensive and often out of reach for low-income families. The client called us because unfortunately he found a trace of bedbugs after going to the cinema. When he got home, he saw 2 shed skins and 2 bedbugs, and obviously he panicked and contacted us so that we could treat his apartment. So we've seen about a 60% increase in interventions. Today in our store for the sale of products, there are 8 out of 10 customers who come for bedbug prevention. Between 2017 and 2022, more than 1 in 10 French households had been infested with bedbugs, the health authority says. The National Agency for Food, Environmental and Workplace Safety said the presence of bedbugs did not mean poor hygiene.
We saw a rise in France of bedbugs, but it's an old phenomenon. It started more than 10 years ago. What we've seen is that the population of bedbugs double once every 5 years. So it's rising quite slowly, but at a regular rate, so it's quite concerning, of course. And right now we also have a media bubble about that subject, and also people are very scared about it. And of course they take video in the train, in the subway, of things that were there before, but they just didn't notice. A lot of people will put their apartment on Airbnb, for example, and they might get bedbugs this way because, of course, tourists can bring them and they will travel during that time and maybe bring bedbugs back home. So the worrying is not that much about the Olympics themselves for bedbugs, but the after Olympic, it might be a kind of a nice souvenir for the Parisian people to have way more bedbugs after the Olympic Games, of course.
Sniffer dogs are inspecting French trains and the Paris metro for bedbugs, though so far not a single one has been found on public transport, the transport minister said. Paris is not alone. Pest control group Orkin this year released its leading U.S. bedbug city list. Chicago, New York City, and Philadelphia took the top spots.